All right, hey everybody. It is 3 o'clock, so I guess we should get started. Um, you you guys are so funny. You're already in there talking. You've already started without me. I think that's awesome. Um, Gizzy Lou, Suzanne. Hey Suzanne, that's a new name for you. So you can see and hear. Thank you. You guys know the routine. You guys have got it down. So thank you. I appreciate that. Hey Sharon, how you doing? Robin, my friend, hello, hello. Tina, Kim from Alaska, thank you. Let's see, who else? Suzanne, every time I see that, I'm like, who's that? Harley 2000, Teresa, hello. Tina, Kim, all right. Delina, you're watching two lives simultaneously. Uh-oh, who am I competing against, Delina? I don't like it. I require your full attention. No, I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, thanks everybody for joining me. I know we've been playing the last few days, so I appreciate you guys coming back every time and hanging with me. The reason I wanted to do these videos, these live streams over the last 3 days is because I'm going to be gone the next couple of weeks. So I'm not going to be here next Sunday, and the following Sunday I won't be here either. So I wanted to hang out with you guys a bit and chit chat, and then go on my way for a few weeks. So you guys will be on your own. So hopefully I have enough videos out there for you guys to stay busy. Keep my channel active, you guys. You know, when you're crafting, just turn on my videos. It helps the channel. So yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. So today, hey Jeannie, long time no see. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing good. Live stream from the ship. You know, that would probably cost me $1 million, Kim. Um, we're actually going to be on airplane mode when we're on the ship because it is very expensive to have internet when you're in international waters. So yeah, no live streaming from the ship, unfortunately. Over the last couple of days, we've been creating a fun cluster book, and my live today is titled Christmas Clusters, but it's actually going to be like travel clusters because I want it to match. I want it to match my book that I made. So I think it was Rhonda that I saw message me saying that she got her book together. So Rhonda, good for you. You got to find some paper now to decorate it. But my book is really nice. I've already finished it. I decorated all the pages, and it's ready to be filled with clusters. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But before we jump into the clusters, I mentioned to you guys that I'm starting to stash some of my items, and some of my items are vintage items. So I wanted to share with you a couple of books that I just put in the shop, and after we're done, if they don't sell, I'm going to advertise them and sell them on eBay or on Etsy. I don't know yet, but if somebody here on my channel wants first dibs, of course I want to give you guys first dibs. So let me transition down and remind you, or show you, I should say, what it is I just listed, because I know some of you guys are gonna want it. All right, so they're books, and they are old books. So I've got these books. I found them when I was in Prescott at a yard sale, and they are great pages. So this is a watch catalog book, and it's got some really great pages in here. These are great for junk journals, you guys. It is very worn. It is very old, so it's perfect to tear up and scrap up and use for journals and crafting and whatnot. So I've got this watch part catalog listed. Hey Lourdes, I want to get your name right. I always say it wrong. And let's see. And Rhonda, I don't know if I said hi to you, Rhonda, so hello. So yeah, so I've got this watch part catalog, and then I've got this watch part catalog, which is a little worn. And that's why I wanted to show you on my channel, because they are very old and very worn, but there's some fantastic pages in here. And I just am not going to use it like I thought I was, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to somebody that might get some use out of that. So I've got these two books that I just listed in the shop. I did check on eBay. I'm listing them for a lot cheaper for you guys, so I'm giving you a deal. And then I have this 1908 Sears Roebuck catalog, which is, again, it's worn. It's got some creases. I've got an extra one of these, so that's why I'm selling this one. But again, these are great for crafting. Lots of awesome things. But again, it's old. It's worn. But if anybody wants these, grab them now, because after the live I am going to advertise them in other places. I haven't done that yet. I wanted to give you guys first dibs. So I've got these 3 books that I just listed in the shop. And if you want them, go grab them. And I'll get them out to you before I leave. But again, they're coming apart. You know, they're old, but the paper is really good. All right. Go grab it, Sharon. It's in the shop. Okay. So, today, we're going to be working on our clusters. And I wanted to share with you my book that I've finished. And again, I use the Graphic 45 paper. And of course, I had to add a paper doll. So when you open it, I didn't do anything here. I just might do a decorative page. But I already made a cluster, you guys. So I've got these pages here where I can stick my clusters. I've got a pocket here. That paper pack had some, journal cards, so I've been cutting them out and putting them in here. This was one of the clusters that I created into a page, if you recall. And then again, more tuck pages here. Pockets, lots of pockets. Pockets here, pockets here. And then didn't do anything here. I'm thinking about doing a cluster pocket here, so maybe we'll do that. Of course I added paper dolls, Kim. Pockets here. So I started already cutting out pieces for my clusters. Just lots of pockets, because that's really what this book is about, is holding my clusters, holding my little ephemera pieces that I create, and saving them for another day for use. I gotta take these Christmas ones out. So anyway, I did decorate all of my pages. Really, really happy with the way the little book turned out. But now what I thought we would do is we would create some clusters to go in the book. So I grabbed my paper dolls, but also you guys know that I create digital images, but I also support digital creators as well. And Vibe of Vintage, I think that's her name, came out with some really cute little travel people, and I thought they would be great. I thought they would be great for my clusters. So of course I supported her shop and I purchased these. Aren't those cute? So I think these would be great little travel images for my clusters. So let's see what we can make, okay? And then I found these. I was going to put some of my other, word stickers, but I found these, and I thought these would be really cute for little travel companions. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what I thought we would do. All right, so let's see what we can do here. So if you haven't made clusters before, my first question to you is why not? Because they're a lot of fun to make. And my second comment will be, well, let me show you how to make them because they're very fun. And this is a great little kit because it has already pre-cut like images and stuff that you can use, but we're going to kind of go from scratch here. So we might use some of the paper that I've put in my pocket, so we'll see. Yeah, the images are real cute, Kim. I especially like the fact that they are vintage, of course, and colored. So it will be, and they got little suitcases and whatnot, so they're perfect for travel and whatnot. So let's go ahead and put them together. And I thought also, since I'm going to be making pockets, you know, they'd be a little bit taller. So let's get to it, Monica. Stop talking and start creating. Sometimes you got to tell me just to, you know, shut it and create, Monica. Shut it up. Shut it up. All right. So these images are a little bit taller. So I want to make sure that I have images that are tall enough. So let's cut a few of these. So let's see, that's 4, probably, I'm going to go ahead and go with, I guess I'll go with 4, and then we'll use the other one. So that'll be my first one. And then all of these that I'm using are scraps from my journal book. So, you know, pages that I've decorated, and I just have extra scraps left. And I told you guys I don't like to throw out my scraps, and this is the reason why I don't like to throw out my scraps, because, you know, I don't want to cut I don't want to cut a new paper when I have little scraps that I can use. I'm so glad you guys are getting the books. Yeah. Because I could have, you know, sold them for a lot more, but I like to share my stuff with you. And like I said, those watch catalogs I brought all the way from Arizona, and I've done nothing with them. So I thought, you know, I hope you guys can craft with them, and I'll share some of my goodness with you. And then as far as the Sears books, like I said, I think I have 3 more. So sometimes if I see something I like, I just buy it, even if I already have one. And I'm trying not to do that anymore because, again, we're trying to downsize a little bit. The move from Arizona was just ridiculous. I had so much stuff, you guys. I need to destash some of my items. It will make me less stressful, I think. So I will be destashing more of my items, of course. But those were the 3 I knew you guys would love, so I wanted to get those books out there for you. All right, so I've got a few here. Let's see what we can do. You know, we've been talking about these pages, and I forgot that I have like an Amazon storefront. And when I say storefront, it's things that I use and I recommend. I think what I'll do is when I start buying things that I'm going to share with you guys, I'm going to put them into that little storefront, and then I can just share the link for the storefront. So that way we won't run into what we ran into where I'm trying to figure out what pages I used for my book. So I forgot that I totally had set that up to share some of my items that I use, because you guys always ask me, okay, what is that, Monica? What did you use? And I'm like, hell if I know. I don't know. I just found it somewhere. So I'm going to do a better job for you guys next year, I promise. I'm just a crafter at heart, and I always look for deals. But now that I'm sharing my deals with you, I want to be able to give you the right links. And so that's why I didn't list the links for the pages, because I wasn't 100% sure those were what I used for my book. And of course, I'm not going to tell you, go out and buy these, if I'm not sure that's what I used. So I'll never do that to you guys. I consider you guys my community, and I'm never going to just put links out there just for the heck of putting links. I don't, I make a small percentage when you guys use my links, but certainly not enough to lead you astray. I'll be the guinea pig for the trial of products, and then I'll tell you, yeah, this is a good one, or yeah, don't waste your time. Speaking of that, I did get a new cutting tool that I'll share with you, so remind me, because I'm very excited about it. But after this live, I'm going to start getting out my Christmas cards and getting ready for my trip. So, yeah. So yeah, clusters for the book. Yeah, the storefront, Kim. When I was trying to, because again, I went out looking for those papers again. I'm like, I just don't know if those are the ones that I used, and then I found the storefront. I'm like, duh, Monica. Just kind of reading Delina's message here. You have a full jewelry making set up, including silversmithing, glass. Wow, you're a busy lady, Delina. Yeah. So my husband, I guess on Amazon, you can put this price watch thing on like things you're looking at, and my husband did this for this cutter because I found this cutter and I put it in my wish list. And he's like, do you want me to order this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I need it. I'm really trying to rethink my craft purchases. And so he put it on a price watch. And then when the price lowered, he's like, hey, this is the lowest it's ever been. He's like, just get it if you want it, Monica. And I'm like, okay. So he ordered it for me. And I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so I've got a couple of these little guys. These guys are so cute. If you guys are interested, it's Vibe of Vintage. Hey, Cordelia. And I'll see if I can put that link out there for you. She has some really great digitals out there. Okay, so let's put something together. So this is what I always use, and this was one of the things that was in my storefront. This little punch. That storefront is a great idea because a lot of times I do find stuff on Amazon and I'm like, I don't remember it. Alright, so this will be a good length, right, for my little travel guy. And then let's just add some color to it. And I'm using the scraps that I made. The scraps that I used to cover my books. That's a mouthful. Alright, so let's cut this, right? And clusters are just the exact definition. They're just clusters of paper glued together. And you can make little cards out of them. You can make pockets, which is what we're going to do. Is Sharon heading out? I have to go babysitting a grandson. Have a wonderful cruise, Monica. Bye, everyone. Bye, Sharon. Thank you. So let's see. Maybe do something like that, right? So my clusters, basically, my basic rule of thumb is I always find two pieces and I kind of offset them. That's how I start. Excuse me. So I'm going to just glue these two pieces together. And then I found another element that I'm going to add to my clusters, which I've never done before. So we'll see how it works out. I found some vintage, I found in my stash, how's that? Vintage lace that I thought might be kind of fun to use. I don't typically put lace on my clusters, but you know, why not? The Light Craft cardstock that I have on my desk. I'm going to order Light Craft cardstock like you have on your desk, and they keep telling me which one, Cordelia, excuse me, Melody. I don't know. So on heavy light craft cardstock. You guys, Melody, I'll send you what I've ordered before, but I'm gonna full disclosure. I can't guarantee that's what I've used before, but I've ordered some of that before. I'm gonna go back through my Amazon and look through it, but it has words on it. It has words on it. See, I don't know. Not sure what you're talking about, hun. This? Are you talking about this? These are stickers. Yeah, these are just really, really old stickers under my yellow. Yeah, these are really old stickers. I couldn't even tell you where I got them. I probably got them at the flea market. Seriously. I have no idea where I got those. But again, going through my stash, trying to use what I have, I pulled those out. So yeah, I can't even tell you where I got those. All right, so let me put this here. Again, this is just lace from my stash. I think I have some of this. I have beige and I have off-white and white. And I think they're in my shop. If not, eventually they will be when I eventually add them. All right, because I'm not great at adding things to my shop. I'd rather craft. Okay, so that's not cutting. Alright, so there, I'm going to cut this. So do you guys, for the people that have made clusters before, do you guys use lace on your clusters? Like I said, I've never done that. And when I was out there grabbing my Christmas cards, because again, I'm going to be working on my Christmas cards after this, I saw the lace. I'm like, ooh, that would be fun. Alright, so there's some lace. And then let's see what else I can add. Let's put some red. I've got this. Well, let's see. I've actually got this one right here, right? So maybe we can just do something like that, right? And what I like about clusters is you don't have to stay in the lines. And what I mean by that is, you know, when you're adding your layers, you can go outside the line and it gives you wonky shapes, and I just love that look. And it's just, there's no rules in clusters. That's why I like them. You can just kind of lay paper down. I have this punch that I really love working with for my clusters, and I'll show you why I like it so much. Let me see if I can find a scrap. There we go, we'll use this. So, let's see. There we go. See, it's really great just as an extra little addition. Lace and washi tape. Yeah, I've used washi tape before too, and I think, Kim, I need to start pulling my washi tape out because, like I said, I'm getting a little out of control. I think what I might do when I get back from my trip is I may put some junk packets together and include like washi tape and paper and just try to clean up the room a little bit more. So we'll see, you know, good intentions, right? All right, so we can maybe put this guy right here. Something like that, right? And then I grabbed some old buttons too. Let's see. So here is a brown button. I got this jar of buttons here. So I just want to, maybe I'll do something like that. He looks so serious, doesn't he? Yeah, these little images are really, really cute. Alright, so, and they're travel theme, which I think is perfect for what I'm trying to do here. Alright, and then I want to create, like here, Let me show you. I created these little tabs, so I think I want to still do that. So let me, and these tabs were real easy to make. I do have a tab punch, but you know, you don't really need it. Let me see. Let me see what I got going on here. Something like that. Maybe a little bit more. Like that. Okay. Okay, and where is my my little scoreboard, right? Oh, it's 2 inches. I didn't even plan that, and it worked out that way. All right. So let's put this. She's showing stitching embroidery thread on die cut. Yeah, I'm not interested in that either. All right. So you can choose to have your tab, you know, go full on, which I don't think I'm going to do. But you could if you wanted to. I think I'm going to try to keep that little, well, not so little, but that building. So let's use that as the guide. All right. And then, let's see, just go something like that, right? Okay, so then you just add your glue. And like I said, I do have a tab punch, but if you do it this way, you can create different sizes. So you don't need to have a tab punch. You certainly don't. But if you want it to look like, you know, a tab, you just trim it a little bit. There you go. See? See, little scissors, a little glue, and there you go. Voila. And then we can put our little people here, right? I want to leave room for a little, I think I'm going to use Hope. He looks like he's traveling to a new world, right? He is. Okay, Delina, I have to read what you just said. So, the company that makes those pierced die cuts is Posted Designs. The pierced die cuts. Which pierced die cuts? What are you talking about? You guys are losing me. I have all this great stuff and I didn't even know it. Alright. Oh, I know. This. These? Yes. I got this from Sussex Tim Holtz. Look at that. I think I got it on eBay, actually. Alright, so hope for a new life, right? And then I'm just going to glue this little guy down. Put this down a little bit. Oh, his head is a little too big, so let's just kind of tuck that. It's perfect, right? And then if you want to put something here, you can. I might still do that. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, so there is another cluster. Looks like he needs hope. Yeah. Hope for a new world, right? And then once you have your clusters, like I said, you can turn them into pockets. I might just use them as decorative for the front and the back. Maybe, let me see here. Maybe what I'll do, I'm just kind of playing. I might, let's see. If I fit it like that, it would be a little tab sticking out. That might be kind of fun, right? Maybe just a little bit. And then I can maybe put something here. Maybe I won't glue it down just quite yet because I don't want to commit. But these Little girl boy reminds you of the OK family. Yes. Ooh. So there is a cluster. So these are fun. And then what you can do with your clusters is, you can stick them in. Mine actually have layers. It works better without layers, but that's okay. You can stick them here too. Maybe we won't put buttons. If we put buttons, maybe we'll put them higher up, because it does kind of get in the way. So I can make a pocket here. That's cute, right? Because you can do a little pocket right here. That's super, super cute. We'll see. I just don't know yet. And we'll put this guy like this. There you go. What I might do with the other ones, because the 3D kind of keep it from going in my pockets, I might use these as decor. He's so cute. Look at that. Kind of gets lost in the background here, huh? All right, sorry. I get so caught up in my little clusters because I just love the way they come out. All right, so there's a couple of them. Let's see what else we can do. So these two here. What else do I have going on? Let's see. Ooh. So I have this one. We can maybe do as a long one, right? Let's see. I don't think I need that. And let's see, maybe 4. Maybe right here. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so let me do my little corners. And we'll do this one flat. We won't put any buttons or anything like that on this particular one. So just so we can stick it in our book. Okay, so something like that, I think. So once you have your book all decorated, like I said, keep your scraps, because that's what you're going to make your clusters out of. It's always nice when you have a line you can cut on. There we go. Okay. Perfect. That looks good. And then you think line of stitches on that one would be good. A line of stitches. Okay. Okay. Line of stitches. I wonder if that would make a good... something like that, right? That says Los Angeles on it. Sewing. I don't have that though. Let's see. Again, just kind of putting some layers here. And what else? What else? Do I have a stamp with stitches? I do, Robin, but Lord knows where it is. All I have is paper on my desk right now. I mean, I might come back and add more stamping and stuff to them, but right now all I have is what's on the desk. I have this here, though. Look at that. So let's put this... So we're going to go flat. So this will be our top workroom. I think that kind of works for this, actually. Look at something like that, right? looks good. And then let's see, should we use a traveler or should we use a paper doll? Let's see what we got here. I think I'll maybe use her. She looks good, right? Something like that. And then, what else do I have? Maybe another tab, right? Ooh, look at that. I'm wondering if my tab should be right here, maybe? Yeah, she kind of fits the bill, right? So let's figure out this tab situation. I think that's good. Okay. And let me cut this for my tab. And we'll just put this right. I think I'm going to cut this a little more. There. Maybe right there. Alright. And that kind of matches this, so it's cohesive, right? So we'll do that. Work from the largest to the smallest. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Delina. Start with your biggest piece and then just layer on top of that. Don't get too hung up on layering, though. I know some people get hung up on covering things. With clusters, you got to get past that hang up because you're going to be covering things all over the place. Alright, that looks good. And then let's do a little snip right there. And something like that. I guess. Move this over. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, that's, like you said, who said that? Kim, yeah. Layers of small paper, exactly. That's why I say don't throw away your scraps, because you don't necessarily want to cut into a perfectly, new piece of paper, beautiful paper, right? That you might use for a journal or a card or something like that, when you can use your scraps. I make it look so simple. Kim, when you like making something, you make a lot of them. And I have a lot of clusters. That's why I started making the books. I think with anything, the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. So I just, and layering is kind of my jam. I like layering, so I tend to go to that style. I guess you can call it that style a lot. So yeah, I might actually put more here. Let me see what else I have. Oh, look at that. See, that should go on the other side though. These are really fun. Don't worry about cutting up your paper, right? These are your scraps, so don't. Oh, where are the robin scissors? I had them here because I was cutting up postage stamps. There they are. These are, you guys, my scrapbooking supplies are named by you guys. So these are the robin scissors, right? For my postcards. Oh my gosh. So let's see here. And the glitter that Delina sent me is going to be the Delina glitter. Let's see. So Delina said, I used clusters for Halloween cards this year, trying to figure out way to make my temple stuff for other. Yes, of course. And it's all about the colors, Delina. You can do, I mean, this could easily be a Valentine card if it had the right colors, right? That looks good. So let's put some glue here. Alright. That's good. I like it. Perfect. And, you know, when you go to, are those thinning shears? Yeah, yes. Robin sent me these. I think they are because they came with the comb. Alright, so this will fit perfectly. Look at that. Oh, God, look how perfect that fits. So I guess I'd say for the book, it's better to not have bulk. I'm going to put these probably as decor because they're so cute. They're just so adorable. I think I'm going to do that. But this is blending into this. So maybe I'll use this one for here and this one for the back. Fun, right? Should I put, let's see what else I can add here. See, now that I know I'm going to use it for this page, I'm thinking about maybe adding a little bit more for the pocket. Let me see here. Because I could easily turn this whole thing into a pocket. Alright, let's figure this out. Yeah, if you guys came to my craft room, you would see that there's a reason why I'm trying not to buy any more things. And I know you guys can relate. I'm sure that my craft room is similar to your craft rooms, but it's just, I just feel like it's a little excessive at this point, and I'm trying to get a handle on it. All right. So ordinarily, I wouldn't do that, but since I know I'm going to use this as a decorative piece, I want my pocket to be a little bit bigger. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, is I'm creating more of a pocket. So, but that's all right. I would say I like my tab, but that's okay. I think I'm going to do something like this, and then I will put glue on this side, and then this will be my tuck pocket. Delina, you and me both, girl. I mean, I have not bought anything. The only thing I may buy, you know, in my near future are stamp sets that maybe I've wanted and I just never got. But I'm with you. I just, I have enough. And that's why I think I'm going to do a purge either at the end of the year or the beginning of the year. I don't want to, what do you call it? I don't want to, okay, is that right? No, that's not right. Be an enabler, but if I can give you guys a good deal, and if it's something that you want and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg, then I will. I'll do that. Okay, so I didn't want to have glue there. Bad Monica. Bad Monica. I wanted to have glue on top. I bought tools this year, but very few supplies. Yeah, Kim, me too. Me too, girl. You and I are seeing eye to eye on that. All right. See, this is what happens when I chit-chat with you guys. I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. All right. Something like that, I think. Because this is going to be my pocket right here. And so this needs to come in just a bit. I like that. What do you guys think of that? That'll make a great pocket, right? So I will add glue here, 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 and here, and then this will be my pocket. Yeah, uh, Robin, you're right. Because, it never failed. I've, even if I have something of his, I'm trying to not screw this up. All right. Um, when he would release it, and then when his demos of his design team would come out, it never fails. I always bought stuff, and so I'm with you. I'm glad, and I think he got to the point too where he's like, all right, I'm just releasing the same kind of stuff here. Um, so I'm glad he recognized that, because we tend to want his stuff, right? We should have like a purge party. Wouldn't that be fun, where we swap things? Um, we share what we have, and then we swap out the things that we're not using for things we might be using. I don't know how that would work, but that would be fun. All right, so let me let that dry. So I've got glue here. I think I got glue there, right? Did I put glue there? Of course I didn't put glue there. Um, it's a pocket. You need to put glue there, Monica. See, too much talking. But yeah, if we could have a purge party, again, I don't know how we would do that. So let me share this idea that I've been thinking about. So you know how sometimes these companies have like retreats, um, and they have them like at hotels, and they're just really nice and fun. What if sometime, because I know we all want to meet, and it would be really fun to be able to do something together. Oh, that's cute. I like it. Um, what if we found a retreat, and we say, hey, we're going to be going to this, and then anybody from our group, you know, can maybe go, and we'd meet up, and that'd be kind of fun, don't you think? That's perfect. Um, what do you think of that? That's a great pocket, isn't it? Happy. And then, so yeah, so I've been thinking about that, because there's this company that actually is, I think they're in northern Montana, maybe. I'm not really sure where they're at, but I always see them advertise. Sorry, I'm just playing. That they're having retreats, and I thought, ooh, that would be fun to go to. And then if I sign up for it, I say, hey, I'm going to go to this, and then maybe you guys, if you're able to, you guys can go too, and we can meet up, and it would be lots of fun. And then that way we could meet up and craft, because I know that we were saying we should do something here in Montana, but it's just not feasible. But if we go to somebody that's already hosting one, like a real company, and then we can go, that would be fun. Just reading here. Black Monday. Yeah, I'm not buying anything right now, because I'm not going to be here to get it in the mail. All right, so there's my pocket with my cluster. So just by adding this little extra piece here, I was able to have a little pocket that's decorative. That's fun, right? All right, so let's see what else we can make. So let's use, I love these little, look at that guy. Let's do him. So he's a little different than this guy, but we can do something with him. Let's see. Where's my paper? Black and white would be fun. All right. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys are into craft retreats, but I just thought that would be so fun. They can get a little pricey. Melody. I don't get rid of my Tim stuff, if that helps. I'll never destash that. Um, but it's stuff that I've bought through the years that I just don't use anymore. So as long as it's like Tim Holtzy stuff, I'll never de-stash that stuff. All right, so there's a black and white. I have this guy here. He has a suitcase. I like the ones with the suitcase, but he's really fun. Let's cut him out. And more if I find something that I will make with it. I try to buy a couple extras. And then I offer them up in my shop. I don't have a lot. By the way, that reminds me, I still have one more of the big number die in the shop. I would love for somebody to purchase that. I only bought a few, but I think there's one left. And then I also have, if anybody's interested, I have one more of these Christmas clusters left that I would love to not have to carry over through next year. So if anybody needs more ephemera pieces, that cluster pocket is perfect for clusters. So let me just cut this little guy out. I don't want to cut off his ear, so maybe I should pay attention. So yeah, so next year if I do decide to go to one of those retreats, I'll let you know. Because I've been eyeing one. It's like at a really pretty resort. It might be a little expensive though, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right. Mel, you buy everything that I use. That's funny. Yes, Maxie. Monica, where's Maxie going? Yeah, he's getting boarded. He's already got his reservations. So didn't necessarily want to do that, but I like that checkered. Let's do a black and white one. That's kind of what worked out. I'm not into inconveniencing people. So yeah, that's what's happening. I also got a new, I ordered, let me figure this out. Melody, you think game on. I love it. You're so great. I bought some, well, I'll show you, but I'm thinking about getting them for the shop. And I'll show you before we finish here. I haven't yet because I've been playing with them, but I love them. I love them. I think that was wrong. I think I should have put that on top. See, changed my mind. Just changed my mind. That's all right. But I want to do black and white. Let's. Do it for a business. Yeah, that's nice when you know somebody that actually does it for their business. Yeah, this trip is basically our Christmas present to each other. All right, let's see. There's a lot of little expenses going into it, but I'm really looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. All right, there. That's better, I think. And then I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe something like that. I think I need it to be a little longer. Maybe something down there. Let me see. More black, more black. Oh, look at this piece I just found. That would be fun right there, right? Again, another scrap that was just on my desk that ordinary people would just throw away, but not me, because I'm using it. See? Now it's got more layers and more depth to it. Right? But after this live, I promise I am cleaning up my scraps because my desk is truly, truly out of control. Alright, so I gotta figure out what I want to do here. I think I might do something like that. Yeah, Max is older, so he won't be with us for many, many years. Like I said, we rescued him. And I used that paper and I just covered it right up. But that's alright. You never know what you're going to use. And I got that little piece showing right there. So we don't know exactly how old he is. So we're just going to love him as long as we can. Alright, that looks good. Nice. Okay, that's perfect. Look at that. Alright, so let's see. I had him. Where's my other little guy with the suitcase? I had another one here, right? Let's see, I was afraid there was going to be a lot of people at the PJ Crafting. Oh, so you didn't go, Kim. Oh, that's too bad. Alright, so this guy's going to go just like that. I love that. But, oh, let me, like, where are my Robin scissors? Here we go. So, oops, wrong way, wrong way. We're going to cut out this postage stamp here. When you were talking it up, it really sounded like you were looking forward to it. I'm so sorry you didn't go. That looks great. See, so even little little images from your scraps, you don't, if you're going to throw it away anyway, and that's the idea, behind a scrap, you're probably going to throw it away anyway. So see if you can incorporate part of the images, right, into your design. I mean, this piece right here, one might think, oh, you can't use that postage stamp, but watch me. Watch me use it. Are you watching? Are you guys watching? Okay. And then we're going to just stick this little baby right here. And that's going to go like right there. See? And then you can't really tell that it's a half a stamp. Oh, I'm sorry, Kim, you didn't go. I bet you would have had a great time. Put this right there. And then we'll just do something like that, right? Look how great that looks. Look how wonderful that looks. Let's see. Your sister has to go to France next year. My husband told me to have a good time. He'll stay home with the 4 doggies. Yeah. I mean, shoot. Do it while you can, Lourdes. Why not? Absolutely. Okay. That looks great. If I do say so myself. Look at that. Look how cute that is. So I have this sitting on my desk, but this doesn't have the other part of the pointy finger. I bet you a remnant rub would look really great right there. What do you guys think? You think a remnant rub would look great right there? I know I do. I think it would look fantastic. You didn't use your new Post-it. I did. I did use them. Absolutely I did. That's how I was able to cut that. All right. So, let's see. Maybe do something. Let's see. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's see what we have to play with. Alright, collections. Ooh, maybe a clock. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out here. Let's see what else I have. Yeah, we've been real fortunate. Ooh, I like that. Where we've been able to travel to several countries. We've been to. Let me think about this. We've been to England. We've been to. Do I like that? Trying to decide if I like that. I think I like it. Okay, so we've been to England, France, Scotland, Wales, Germany, and then our last trip was Italy. I think we want to try Portugal and Spain. We've been talking about that, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, if you have an opportunity to travel, you sure should. See, Robin, multi-use. Now it's a remnant rub tool. Alright. I use whatever's on my desk. Okay. Where are we at with time? We're a little over an hour. So let's finish up this one, and then I'll share with you the things I said I was going to share. All right, so, ooh, that looks great, doesn't that? And then if I had my stamp set, let's find my stamp set. I just grabbed this, but I think it'll work. Look at, this is one of my stamp sets, and I think I'll use the, let's see, the Visa would be great, but it's a little too big. Maybe we'll try to use this. Let's see. I need let's see which way this goes. I want to stamp it first because I'm afraid I'm going to stamp it backwards. Paper. Let's see. Okay, so it goes like this. All right, now that we know the direction, let's just do something like this. we go. Oh, that's awesome. And then the other part of it can go right here. I like it. What do you guys think? Perfect, huh? Okay, so those are clusters. And like I said, if you have scraps from your book that I hope you guys create, because they're so fun. You guys asked me to show you how to make these books, so you all better make them. Just kidding. But then, you know, you can stick these in here, and then when you're going to create something, you can just flip through your book. So let's share another page here. Alright, so fun. And then they decorate the book too. Isn't that cute? So cute. So cute. And then what I'm going to do with all these little extra little boys that I have, I'm going to cut them and I'm going to stick them in here, so that way when I go to make more clusters, I have my little boys in here. That sounds a little creepy. Got my little boys in here. Oh well. I'm not a creeper, I promise. I have to do something there. But let's see if we can just stick this little guy right here. See, the button is too big, so I'm going to have to probably turn this into a pocket of sort. Maybe we should do that right now. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, we'll just put it right here for right now. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, Monica. I promise. All right, but we can put our little people in here, right? So there's my peeps. There's my peeps. And then I'm going to, you know, with all my other little scraps, what I'll do is I'll just cut these that are ready to go, you know, so that way when I want to sit down and make more clusters, I have these ready to go. All right, let me show you before I go. So these are what I've been playing with, and these I think I'm going to also use for some of my clusters here. But this is what I was talking about. I was thinking about adding to the shop. So let me show you these because they're really cool. So I'm going to show you my new tool as well. So if you can hang out. So these are like vintage reels. See you later, Delina. And I've got like slides, I've got vintage cameras, and I'm going to use them in that steampunk book that I started a long time ago. But I also added some of these to the steampunk kit for February. But they're really cool. And I was thinking about getting some of these for the shop. They're not cheap. So I probably won't get a lot, but if you guys are interested, and they even come with paper as well, so I can make clusters out of these if I wanted to. In fact, I'm going to make some for my little book. So I'm thinking about adding these to the shop. It will be when I come back, and they'll be available in January. But I'm gonna do clusters out of these, and then of course you would have them available for your steampunk kit if you ordered the kit. And the kits are gonna go out in January. So if you haven't ordered the class kit yet, don't forget to do that soon because I'm gonna be sending them out. But aren't these great? I mean, they're die cuts, they're stickers. So yeah, so I have, this is mine I've been playing with. I'm going to make more clusters out of these. But I've been thinking about adding some to the shop. Alright, so that's my new craft that I bought that I've been playing with. And then my new tool, let me show you my new tool. So, oh, give me a sec here. All right, so where is my new tool? Here it is. All right, so it's from eCraft. And it's a cutter. And it has like, I guess I can show you. It has like the knob here that you can turn, which is really cool because I wanted something like this to do perforation. So let me see if I can show you. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I don't want to waste that. I'll do this one, I guess. So it does squiggly lines, so you'll just line it up, right? And then this slips right in. And I've seen these before where you pull these out, but I would lose these. So I liked how this slides right in. And then once it's in, it just becomes a normal cutter. But so this is the squiggly cutter, right? So I don't know if you can see that, but it's squiggly. Can you see that? It's got the squiggly cut. And then if you don't want the squiggly cut, say you just want, I mean, this is going to be really fun to use, I think. Say you just want to create some tickets, and that's really what I'm going to be using this for. And I like it because it's lightweight, so I can just stick it right on my desk here. And I'll probably, you know, put it on its side and put it against my desk. But the reason I really bought it is because I want to be able to perforate my paper to make my own tickets. So we're going to be making tickets soon, if you haven't already figured that out. So I can, okay, let's do this. So I can, and it scores too. So if I wanted to use this as a score machine, so this would just be the regular cut. Let's see, so just the regular cut, right? Just no big deal. That's not anything to write home about. But if you wanted to perforate it, I love my little wheel here. I like how it turns. I can just kind of put this in here, right? And just kind of line it up, just like that. Put it down. And then just kind of, right? And then, oops, let's put that back there. And then I've got perforation. So, you know, if I want to make tickets, it probably would be like this. So I would do like, you know, a round, you know, a little round. I have a tool that does like the little corners, right? So I actually even do this. Let's see. So something like that, little tickets. And then I can have this in here. How big do I want my ticket to be? I don't know, like that maybe. And then I can have a little ticket. And I can make like a whole strip. And I'm probably going to do it with white paper and then I'll stamp. But yeah, isn't that cute? Yeah, so I was pretty happy about it. It does scoring as well, which is this one right here, I think. So yeah, so it wasn't very expensive, but I think it's going to be great for when I want to make tickets and whatnot. And then, like I said, this is a flat edge right here, so I'm just going to lean it against my wall right here because it's very lightweight, and then that way when I want it I can just grab it and it'll be good to go. But that's my new tool. But yeah, so I think we'll get some use out of it. We're going to be making tickets, obviously, now that I have my new toy. We'll be making tickets sometime in the future. But that's all I've got. I hope you guys have some fun with your little books. I hope you make your little books because they're a lot of fun. That's all I got, I guess. Alright, so remember, no live next Sunday or the following Sunday. I will post when I get back, when I'm going to go live again. But I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I get back. I might take a little break just because I need to, like I said, I need to organize my craft room. I need to put together some de-stash items. And I really need to kind of get myself together. So, that's all I've got. I hope you guys, have a fantastic couple of weeks, I guess. Yeah. And I will have lots to share with you when I get back, I'm sure. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. And take care. Bye.